Hello guys, and welcome back to another Sims 4 room build. Hanging out today, doing a room that's been on my mind for a while, but I've never really figured out how to execute it. I think it turned out pretty cool, and the idea behind it was a renter's kitchen. Now this does not use the 4-rent pack. This was pre my getting the 4-rent pack. Those videos should be coming soon. I'll be honest, those builds are taking a while because they're all like multi-unit, intensity. So it's gonna take me a little while to get those finished, but the idea behind this has been banging around in my head for a while, and it was always the idea of like, when you get like a renter white kitchen, white appliances, everything's very plain, like what do you do to instill, like set up your personality into it? And so that's kind of what I was trying to get at here, was the idea that like the appliances are all, they're fancy appliances because I wanted to use the new Home Chef Hustle kit. Well, it's not new anymore, I keep saying that, and it's not a kit, gosh, it's a stuff pack, goodness gracious, don't mind me. I wanted to use that stuff. I actually think it's a really cool setup because it's one of those where you can really dress it up and make it look like a very fancy kitchen, or in this swatch, in this state, in the way I've done it, you can really make it look like it's a good like post-university apartment kind of thing. You can really get it looking not poorly, like it's not looking poorly or anything, it's just looking like, bog standard builder's white. And so that's what I was kind of trying to achieve here, was that look, and then decorate it. And it ended up going with a little bit of color scheme with the decor. I didn't mean to, that wasn't the intention behind it, but I ended up you can kind of see there's like a lot of pinks and blues and a lot of yellows, mostly because of the sunflowers and the dish towels. There we go, that's what I was looking for. I could see them in my head, I could see the use case for them, and I couldn't come up with the word dish towels. But that kind of thing. And I had so much fun with this build. Here you can see me layering shelves and stuff together to get 3 instead of 2. I really love the shelves that came with this pack, but I'm always a big fan of a single shelf because then I can pick the spacing and stuff. It's a little bit hard when they're stacked together, but I still use them like crazy. So this was just the very basic layout of the kitchen. I kind of assumed the wall opposite the slider would maybe just be open to a living room, but I did decorate it as though it is a door because some people have closed off kitchens, so it's totally cool too. In the apartment size that I was imagining for this, I was imagining a little bit more of like, it's probably open to the living room and it's probably very tiny. Honestly, now with For Rent, I was gifted For Rent for Christmas, I could take this and put it into an apartment, and I might just do that. It could be really fun to do that. And then I was imagining the slider would go out to a backyard or go out to a balcony, or at least a fire escape or something like that kind of thing. So yeah, and this is your kitchen and your dining, so you would have a little 2-seater dining, nothing major. I kind of really wanted the like IKEA aesthetic, where it's like, I am really proud of my first place and I'm decorating it up cute, but it's not spendy stuff, right? Like we're not going down to like your major fashion street in whatever city you live in and spending, thousands of dollars on a couch. It's common flat pack, and it's still gonna be stupid expensive, but less expensive than it could be, And I really wanted to do a fancy light, which I know seems really counterintuitive when I say it's a renter's build, because usually you can't change out fixtures, but you kind of can in certain instances, because I learned recently that there are renter-friendly conversion kits for like your standard, like just ceiling light, not to be vulgar, but I've heard them called boob lights and stuff before, to give you kind of the mental image of what you're looking at. You can get in there, and I've seen conversion kits now where they either screw in like a light bulb, or they just like go in like a fixture, but then they're like a swag, and then come down to be like a nicer light, things like that. So you can, as long as you can replace the original light. But check, like, having said that, check with your landlord and stuff first. The rules are different for every apartment. Every lease is different, but I learned recently a lot of places let you do that. So it's like, it's cool. If we leave the main light in the middle, we can pretend that other light is like a bonus. There's also ceiling lights now that take battery. Big old batteries, and a lot of them, but you can do that too. If like you don't intend to use it super often or something, that's always an option. So I went ahead and took some creative liberties and put that light in there. And then there's like a big cabinet in there that I imagined was kind of IKEA-esque, and there's a tapestry hanging on the wall. We're going to assume that anything hanging on the wall is probably command hook. And I also put some fun tile in here. It's still white, but it's some fun tile. And again, I was kind of imagining that this was like a renter-friendly solution of like either peel and stick, or it's like paint, and so you can put it back. Because again, a lot of places are okay with that if you are willing to put it back. Basically, they don't want to see it when you're gone. They don't want to have to deal with it. And that really is dependent. So make sure, you're not just taking the advice. I don't want to hear like, hey, I painted the wall because you said it would be fine and now my landlord hates me. That's not the intention. Don't do that unless you, talk to your landlord first. And unfortunately, if your landlord says, don't touch anything, don't put holes in the walls, you're just kind of stuck. But command hooks are a good thing. I don't rent. I share a house with other people. But I just hate putting holes in the walls in general, so I try to use command hooks wherever possible. Also, the part of the house that I'm in was built in like 1940, and which is like lath and plaster. But like there are parts of the walls where they didn't do the lath, so it's just plaster. And if that sounds very confusing to you, it's very confusing to me too. And it's very confusing to the poor cousin I call every time I have a problem because he started as a drywaller and now he's a general contractor. And like every time I call him, he's like, but you have weird walls. And I'm like, I know, that's why I'm calling you. Because I've had to punch some holes in these walls, like big holes for some electrical stuff, as I always call him. I'm like, help. As you saw, I tried to put the tea kettle in the back. Because they're draggable now, I was wondering if I could put it somewhere without it being on the edge of the cabinet and just have it not be usable until you dragged it forward. They still don't like that, so you still have to have it forward. So I did put the tea kettle out, and I did put the Instant Pot out because I love my Instant Pot. I can't live without it, and so now I'm kind of like, I don't think my Sims could live without it either. And then I just put some fun plates and stuff out. I was trying to figure out how to make it look like they were, like, kind of mismatched. It didn't end up working the way I wanted, but that's okay. And then obviously that one cabinet comes with pots and pans stacked up over there too, so it looks like that's already done. And then I wanted, of course, like, not really matching mugs or anything. There's a couple matching ones in there, but I wanted it to look like a mug collection, because I have a mug collection. That was, like, literally the first, like, any sort of kitchen stuff that I got was mugs, and I have enough mugs now that it's a problem. But very sweetly, my dad was talking the other day, and he was like, we could probably build you a mug shelf. You just gotta figure out where it goes, which is the ultimate problem. But I think we figured out where in my kitchen they might be able to go, because my mugs haven't been in my kitchen for a long time, because I'm the only one who uses mugs. Go figure. And I don't use them as much as I used to, because I had to give up coffee. But I have, like, if my mugs were in my kitchen, and you came over, it would look very much like that, where it's like not a single mug matches, and they're all weird shapes. I have a Snorlax mug. No, to clarify, it is not a usable mug, but I have a Snorlax mug that was gifted to me that is about as big as my face. It is huge. I'm pretty sure you could probably put like 2 or 3 venti coffees into it without it breaking a sweat. He will probably hold a fake plant, to be honest with you. But I'd like to display him and display, like, I got a Kirby mug for Christmas. Very, very cute, and they're not all, like, day-to-day usable, but I'd love to have a place to display them. I think it would be fun. A mug shelf. So I was channeling that. I'm very, very into the idea of being able to display my mugs right now. Oh, and I got a really cool mug from a friend of mine. She sent me, it's a soup mug. I have, like, a couple soup mugs that are, like, Campbell's, but this is a soup mug, and it's a literary-themed one, but it's a Christmas literary-themed one, so it has, like, all these, like, Tale of Two Cities and stuff on it, but they're all, like, changed to be Christmas puns. It's so cute. It's adorable. And see, I want to display that one, too. I gotta get mug storage. But that's what I was kind of channeling, was this idea of, I wanted it to look like nothing was bought at the same time, nothing was organized, this wasn't really put together. It's flat pack pieces, it's well-loved pieces, it's gifts, it's, mugs from conventions, it's all of this fun stuff, all in this, like, person's first little kitchen that's, like, theirs, right? It's, like, totally theirs. That's kind of what I was going for, and I think I got there. I think I achieved it pretty good. But it's kind of funny because it does really scream white kitchen, but that's kind of the point. And I think it would fit really well in an apartment build or in someone's, like, first house kind of build. The only problem is the appliances and things are pretty expensive from Home Chef Hustle, so you'd probably have to trade out white cabinets for something smaller, or cheaper rather, but there's lots of cute white cabinets in the game, so you could really easily pull off, and there's actually, I think, some pretty cute white appliances that are cheaper too, so you could pull it off cheaper. I didn't do that because I just liked the look of this, and it is what it is to a point. Like, we build these for fun, we build these for aesthetics. I don't really pay attention to price unless I'm doing a price challenge, which I should probably do again. I haven't done that on the channel in a while, and those are really fun. Those are really hard, but maybe like a good base game starter home, it'd be really, really fun. Would be like a series where I did like starter homes, but with each pack. So, like, starter home, base game plus pack, and just see how they all turn out. Like, see how prices have changed and stuff over. See, like, what you can get with, like, base game plus 4 rent starter home versus base game plus, like, get to work starter home. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll have to write that down and think about that. No promises. Also, I just want to point out, I'm aware the aspect ratio is better, but still not perfect on this video. I'm so sorry about that. I played The Sims quite a bit over my Christmas vacation because I got quite sick and couldn't do any of the things I needed to do. So I used it as an excuse to sit and play Sims for quite a bit. And I played in full screen and I moved it to my other monitor and stuff. I was just enjoying the game for what it was. And I forgot that OBS likes a very specific aspect ratio with this game. And several recordings now are like either halfway messed up or like fully messed up. And I am sorry about that, but it just didn't get recorded. So bear with me. I think I've got it fixed. Maybe not. We'll see. But I don't think it cuts off anything super important. It's just kind of the menus are a little bit weird, and I'm sorry about that. I loved those curtains too. They're kind of thick and they do clip, but I liked the idea of them just like being put up by a renter, and they're like not perfect, but they're very much on the vibe of the renter. And like the lime green knives don't match because they were a gift and they're a cool color, because you know when you're growing up you think, oh, everything in my parents' kitchen is black or stainless steel or whatever. Or my parents had white appliances. White appliances, gray countertops, golden oak counters. And then in my current kitchen we have the white fridge that came from the old house, stainless steel stove, golden oak cabinetry, and some really, really sad countertops that I need to deal with because the previous owners burnt the snot out of them and gouged the snot out of them. And then a plumber, not the plumbers from the chaos from this December, which I don't know if I've talked about on the channel. There was chaos. Absolute unbridled chaos, but previous plumbers gouged the crap out of them too when they were putting in I have a big sink now. Anyways, here's the look. I really like it. I think it very much reads exactly how I wanted it to, where this is a rental kitchen, but we're long-term, we're in it for a year, and we want it to reflect our personality, so we decorated it up. And I think it's really cute, and I'm really happy with it. So, the only thing, yeah, I think it needs a rug, probably, at some point, but I didn't put one in because rugs are messy in a kitchen, so. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a great day and feeling loved, and if you're not feeling loved, please know that I love you. I'm glad you exist. I'm glad you're here hanging out. You make the world a better place just by being you, and I hope you know that. You make my world a better place just by being you, and I hope you know that, and I love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.